Hey guys, so today I have some exciting news. I was actually selected to be on the Scrapbook Blessings Club design team, and today we're doing the monthly challenge that they hold, and basically it is, well, this time it is doing stenciling, but I believe it's every month is like, well, previous months it's been like a sketch, it's been a technique, so it's kind of like a variety of different things that you could do on a project. So, it's not too hard to do, and it's like a month long, so you can be, as much of a procrastinator as you want, which sometimes I feel like I do. But beyond that point, what I like to do is, kind of wait till, well, my times are off. So, that whole spiel. So for my card base, it's just going to be the normal card base. I'm doing the cut it on the 8.5 side, cut it at 4 1/4, because we're doing a open face, or I forget what they call it. Gosh dang it. It's like this, so that it opens up. I don't know why my brain just completely blanked on that. And then I'm going to need a mat of 4. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and cut it this way. By 4 1/2. And I'm using brown because it's going to be kind of a rustic card. Because you guys know I love my rusticness. And with this challenge, but this monthly challenge, they're doing Bugaboo Stamps as the sponsor. So it's going to be awesome. So then I'm going to need a white mat. That's going to be 4 1/4 by 3 3/4. And I think like most of the DT design team people already have their things done. I feel kind of bad, like maybe I should have started earlier in the month, but especially with my back hurting this month, I was like, oh, I was down for the count. So now for the card base, I'm going to go ahead and score it at 5 1/2, which is the center. You don't even have to use a scoreboard. You can just fold your piece of paper in half. This is going to be a very simple card. I love simple cards. So then you can make a ton of them, put different sentiments on them, and just have them hanging around when you need them. I love that kind. Okay, so we're done with those. We're going to take our white piece back out. And then we also need our stencil, because this whole challenge for the month of March is stenciling, and you don't have to do a card. You can put it on any project you want, which is what I love. But this time, because I don't really have too many stencils, because, I never really worked up the courage to kind of use them or even buy them. So I had one stencil that came with one of the stamp sets that I bought. And I also tried making, I have a few that I've made on my own, which I just took an extra stamp set that I had. It had one of those, the little acetate sheets that go on top. You can just pull that off and use that to make as a stencil, just die cut it. So what I'm doing is I'm taking, well, it's a little stamping spot, but you can use any ink you want. I actually do not recommend these, but it's my only brown, so I would recommend something with a soft, spongier ink pad thingness. The anatomy of an ink pad. You know what okay, so something like this. A Studio G would work pretty well because it's very spongy. And make sure it's very, very juicy, because this one you see is not that juicy. So I'm taking a wood grain stamp, and I find this works really well with a big like background stamp. Like I have one that is it nomadic or Nordic? I can't, the ugly sweater. I don't know why that term is not in my head. No, I'm not even gonna try because I know I'm gonna butcher it again. But anyways, I'm using my stencil as kind of a mask in a way, just so that I have my stamped image as a shape. But you can even use this with like another stencil, so you could have a wood grain diamond pattern. But this one is going to be a heart because of the sentiment that I have. It works out perfectly. So you're going to try and get as much ink on there as possible. I'm just smearing it. And then you're going to go ahead and take your stencil off. Be careful because you know your stencil is going to be inky. Take your piece of paper and just lay it on your block. And then I recommend getting another piece of paper and putting it down and then just rubbing it. So that way it's a lot easier than just flipping that block over and trying to get a good impression. And just rub it down. Rub it real good. Just like that. And you could even use this with a different kind of stamp set, or a different, like not even a block you don't have to use. I just find this is really easy. And I love using my big blocks because they have some great patterns on them. I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping just so my blocks don't get stained, and my stencil as well. Here's what I got it from Michael's. It's kind of hard to find good big block stamps like that. So what I'm using to wipe my, because I used to use the baby wipes, but I got kind of sick of buying them. So what I'm using is one of these little makeup sponges. They're I think it's microfiber face sponges. I don't know. I don't actually use them for my face, so I'm not quite sure the term of it, but I found a 3-pack at Dollar Tree. So I got one for my hubby for his dry erase board, and then one for myself. Alright, so now I'm going to take some StazOn, my favorite ink. I'm going to take this sentiment that says all things grow with love, because it's a tree. Well, it looks like the bark on a tree, but, and it's a rustic stamp. So I figured this could go, you know, for a friend, it could go for a wedding. And what I'm going to do is just stamp right in the center of that heart. You could use the brown here again, but I feel like it just kind of fades in way too much for my taste. So that's why I went ahead with the darker color there. Get that stain on off of there. So I use the rough side with a little bit of soap, flip it over, and then just wet this part. So that way you get the ink off, and then you just wipe the rest of the soap off. But you know, you're not actually here for that tip. You're here for the stenciling, right? Feel like that. So that's what this looks like. Now we can go ahead and put our card together. I'm going to go ahead and put some tape or any kind of adhesive you want on the back of your square. Well, it's not a square, but it's close enough, right? You're going to go ahead and center it on in there. Rub it down. We do a lot of rubbing. Get your card base, and you're going to need foam tape. So you're going to put foam tape on the back of your square, not square. Just kind of measure. I'm just eyeballing it. You could do however you like. Foam tape is awesome, that's for sure. You could even use just fun foam. You just have to cut it to size. Alright. We are on our way to a fancy card. Take your strips off there. Get your card base open. What I like to do is just kind of, because it's a square, it's not gonna be center. I'm gonna put it on like that, just a little higher, so that way there's a gap here. But there, you know, it's brown on brown, but it looks really cool. And then for the final touch, I'm gonna do a line of glue or tape. I'm doing brown ribbon. You can do any kind of ribbon you want. Just right on the bottom there. Take some scissors and cut the excess away. And then I like to do a bow, so you could just leave it like that. That's the thing I love about card making. You can do anything you want. Make a little bow here. It's kind of a all size fits, or what am I trying to say? The one size fits most, or that cut weird. So because my ribbon kind of cut weird, I'm going to go ahead and change it to a fishtail. So I'm just going to cut that in half, or cut that in half, fold it in half, and then cut it at a diagonal. I'm not sure how this ribbon wants to go. That's a little better. So that's what the fishtail looks like. I'm not sure if my big hands kind of got in the way there. And I'm just going to go in the center here and put some tape. Just some crosses of tape would work. And then place this on in the center. And then I like to just kind of fold the tails of the bow right on top of that tape, just so it's a little extra secure. And then sometimes I even like to put, here I'll show you, kind of line it up eyeball, put a little bit of tape, put your bow down, and then kind of fluff it back out a bit. And do it on the other side here. A little bit of tape. Or you can just put your finger down in there and smash it like that. So that way you still get the volume, but it's stuck down on there. And there you go. And then you can just do your inside. So that's how you do a stenciling with stamping. Use your stencils with stamps. I think it's pretty easy. And it goes pretty fast. I mean, if you're gonna want to make, you know, multiple cards. So make sure to head on over to the Scrapbooks Blessing Club. I'll try and remember to put the link down in the Facebook description box thingy-majig. And I think you have until the first Saturday of next month. So I don't know when that would be. First Saturday in April. I don't know. Is that? I can't think. Sorry, guys. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the second. I don't know. My brain's funkified. I can never even remember what day it is. So let's see how that goes. But I mean, Bugaboo Stamps is the sponsor. I think it's. Don't quote me on this. I think it's a gift card. I think. And they do some pretty cool digis, so be on the lookout for that if you like that kind of stuff. Or even if you just want to make the card and share it. Because I like doing that too. And it's just using stencils, so, you know, you just plop it down on the page. Alright, hope you guys like this video. I hope you're having a crazy day. Not too crazy, good crazy, not bad crazy. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!